A friend asked how I managed to solder two razor blades together without a real soldering iron. When I showed him the paintbrush handle setup I built in my garage, his jaw actually dropped. When he saw how fast those blades heated up, he couldn't believe it came from a simple homemade tool. The truth is, you can build a working soldering setup with parts you already have lying around, and it only takes a few minutes. If you enjoy fixing things in your garage and trying smart ideas that actually work, you're going to like this project. Let me show you exactly how I put it together. Start by grabbing an old wooden paintbrush. You don't need the bristles or the metal band, just the handle. Take a pair of pliers and remove the metal ferrule and the brush head, then clean up the end so you have a solid piece of wood to work with. Now take your drill and make two clean holes at the tip of the handle. These holes will hold the valve stems later, so make sure they're straight and evenly spaced. This wooden handle is going to act like the frame of your homemade soldering iron, so take your time here. A sturdy handle makes the rest of the build a whole lot easier. Let me know your state in the comments. It's always great to see how many DIY folks are out there. Now that the brush handle is ready, grab the two valve stems you removed earlier. Slide each valve into the holes you drilled and tighten them by hand until they sit firmly in place. These valves will hold the heating rods, so make sure they don't wobble. Next, take two AA batteries and carefully peel away the metal casing with a pair of pliers. Inside each battery is a solid graphite rod. That graphite is perfect for conducting heat. Once the rods are free, place each one into the chuck of your drill. Give the tips a quick spin against fine grit sandpaper to sharpen them. A pointed end heats faster and gives you better control when soldering. With both valve stems installed and your graphite rods shaped and ready, you now have the core components for your homemade soldering tool. Take two short electrical wires and attach a small alligator clip to one end of each wire. Make sure the clips hold firmly because these will carry the current to heat the graphite. On the other end of each wire strip, off a bit of insulation so the copper is exposed. Slide the exposed copper through the holes on each valve you mounted earlier, then insert the sharpened graphite cores into the valve openings. Tighten the valves so the graphite sits solid and doesn't move when you solder. To protect the wiring heat, a small piece of rubber tubing and slide it over the exposed copper so there's no risk of shorting or burning your fingers. When the soldering tip is ready, you can set up the power source using a drill battery. This part is simple but important. Place the drill battery on a flat surface so it doesn't move around. Take 2 small metal washers and hold one against each terminal of the battery, one on the positive side and one on the negative side. The washers make the contact stronger and keep the clamps from slipping. Now clip your 2 alligator clips onto the washers. Make sure each clip is firmly attached and doesn't wiggle. The moment the clips lock in place, you've created a solid portable power supply for your homemade soldering tool. It delivers enough current to heat the graphite tips fast without needing any special equipment. Now it's time to see if this homemade soldering tool really works. I place 2 razor blades on the workbench and line them up so the edges touch. Then I bring both graphite tips down onto the metal. The moment they make contact, the heat builds fast. You'll see the metal glow and soften almost instantly. All I need is a steady hand to hold the blades in place for a few seconds, and they fuse together clean and solid. It's always surprising to watch how well this little setup performs. For a tool made from a paintbrush handle and a couple of valve stems, it delivers a strong, reliable solder every time. When you see 2 razor blades cleanly fused together using nothing but a paintbrush handle, a couple of valve cores, and an old drill battery, it really shows how much you can do with simple tools at home. This homemade soldering iron heats fast, works reliably, and costs almost nothing to build. If you enjoy projects like this, you'll find plenty more just like it on my channel. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next idea. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.